it's on all of our minds as we're heading through this winter. Isn't it delightful to actually have, I think it's delightful, this much standing snow that is still with us. Because in fact, the observed data shows that snow has been wetter, heavier, but sticking around for shorter amounts of time. Our ponds and lakes are freezing later each season, thawing earlier. And when I was a kid, growing up in Massachusetts, it seemed like we were on those ponds all winter long. And we were tobogganing down the hills all winter long. And I thought, is that nostalgia? Because I was little and snow. But in fact, the observed data shows that since the time I was, a boy, that in fact, winter has changed dramatically. It has actually, from 1970 to 2000, winter has warmed 4 in the Northeast, including Massachusetts, 4 degrees Fahrenheit warmed, and then about 2 degrees average Northeast climate year-round. So what's the short answer for somebody who says, this means global warming isn't happening, is that climate scientists aren't at all surprised by what's happening. This is what they recognized right along, that because of these climate changes that are largely associated with warming, that we will have more precipitation, more moisture when we don't need it, and less when we do. So we're going to have more extended droughts in the warm seasons, and we're going to have more precipitation. Now, depending on temperatures, it's going to be snow or it's going to be rain in winter. Now, why is this happening? Well, the oceans have warmed dramatically. That's why intensive storms have increased, right? Because oceans get their energy from, storms get their energy from the surface temperatures of the ocean. Well, the other thing that's doing is putting more moisture into the air, including in winter, so that we're seeing more extreme winter events. In the Great Lakes, one thing that's happening is because there's less ice cover on those lakes, more moisture is coming into the air and making itself available for heftier snowfalls. So that's the short answer. It's a little hard for people to get their heads around, but it's not really when you reflect on it. And that we will have more moisture when we don't need it and less when we do. It's an exquisite climactic outcome when you think about it. It's like the worst of all worlds. And that's true for a lot of what's happening in climate change. There are some people in agriculture, maybe if you own land in Canada or Russia, you're thinking, this is pretty good on balance. But even in those instances, it's not, because we're going to see we are seeing an expansion of agricultural pests that march north with the warming temperatures. We're seeing less moisture in the soil, even in those northern climes and so on.
I think maybe one way to get people to understand that this is our new reality is to seize control of the language and stop even calling it climate change and maybe climate chaos or something to that effect.
Well, actually, I was going to say, we've come a long way. It used to be just global warming. At least now we're talking about climate change, and climate disruption is maybe the next word. But I got to admit something, guys. Every time I hear Congress getting a global warming or climate change hearing snowed out in December, it drives me bananas, because it hand delivers an argument to the other folks. We should have a law where you're never going to have a climate change hearing unless it's July in Washington, and then that'll get the news across.
If we can get that law passed, then we're really...
That would be